Here's a segment 2 of the mix. Now that we're over the Super Bowl, we're actually going to get into what most of the segments are going to be about. Variety of topics that I get from other people and resources that I'm going to talk about. Let's start with Major League Baseball and who are the two teams out that could possibly be in the World Series this year. We're going to start with the American League. The American League, obviously we know the Rangers didn't win it last year. Beat the Yankees to the World Series, and then they lost to the San Francisco Giants. But the Rangers are not going to make it again. They're not. The Texas Rangers will not make it. Unfortunately, the loss of Cliff Lee and Vladimir Guerrero and a couple other key players are not good for the Rangers this year. The Red Sox obviously are the key favorites. They got Carl Crawford. He's going to be a great addition to the Red Sox. And the Red Sox are going to have a better offense. They're not going to have as many injuries, hopefully. Pedroia is fully back. Hugo's fully back. It's going to be a much better year for the Red Sox. The Yankees didn't land Cliff Lee. Andy Pettitte retired. So the Yankees, they're still going to be good. They're still going to hit. The Red Sox and Yankees, they're still going to compete for the East this year instead of the Rays. So the Yankees are still going to be in it. They're going to give the Red Sox some tough times. But I think because of the Red Sox new bats that they added to the team this year, they're going to be a much better team, and they're going to win the East. The Rays are out of it this year. They lost too many players, way too many good players. That was the other key. The Rays will not, I'd be surprised if the Rays even get to 500 this year. We'll see how the season goes, but the Yankees could take the wild card. They could take the East from the Red Sox, depending on the injuries for the Red Sox. So, right now, Red Sox are going to make it all the way to the World Series, in my opinion. The National League side, the Philadelphia Phillies obviously are the clear favorite. They got Cliff Lee this year, added on to Holiday, and the other great pitchers that they have on the team already. They're going to go all the way to the World Series. The San Francisco Giants are going to be the second best team to beat in that league this year. They're going to have their great pitchers that they had just last year. They're going to be phenomenal. All right? The San Francisco Giants are not just going to go into this year and just think that they're going to make it all the way back up easily. They know they're going to have challenges, and they're going to overseed them most of the time. The Giants and the Phillies will be in the finals right to get to the World Series. They're going to be right there. They're going to be in the pennant. Question is, who's going to be better? And I was surprised last year by the Giants hitting. They actually were able to hit the ball, which was the problem they were having throughout the entire season. Their pitching's not. So with the Phillies and the Giants and the pennant on the National League side, it's going to come down to which pitcher is going to give up that big play for the team to hit, or which team's going to be able to hit better. We already know the pitchers are going to do great. They're going to clear out all the batters in the 6th, 7th innings. It's what bullpen's going to be better for each team at the end of the year. Which team's going to be able to end the game and win it and not give up the big plays. We all know Philadelphia Phillies can hit. They didn't really show it last year, but they can hit, so keep that in mind. Let's go to the NBA side. The NBA side, we're going to go with the East, and which team's the best right now? You got Orlando, you got the Celtics, and you have the Heat, obviously. Everyone keeps forgetting about the Bulls. Noah's going to eventually be back, hopefully, this season. He's going to make them better. You got Rose, and you got Boozer. They're going to be a tough team in the postseason, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were in the finals this year. The Celtics are going to be the team to beat, though. They got great defense, and their offense is clicking. Unfortunately, they're getting some injuries, as we saw the Daniels this past week and Shaq, but the Celtics are going to be on key when the postseason comes like they are every year. They're going to be extremely hard, but so are the Bulls. So hopefully those teams don't meet until the finals, hopefully. Orlando's kind of slacking. We're going to see how Turkoglu does, Dwight Howard does, but Dwight Howard needs to stop goofing off and he needs to get serious. He's having too much fun, I think, which is good. You can have fun, but that big man needs to be like Patrick Ewing. When the game goes down south for Orlando, Dwight Howard needs to just ask for the ball. He needs to just tell him, give me the ball, go up, make the shot, or draw the foul. Either one. Now, the Heat, we all know, is a great team right now. They got years to improve, and they're only going to get better. This year, we'll see how they do in the postseason. It's going to be interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if they did make it to the finals, and maybe to face somebody like the LA Lakers this year in the very last 7 games of the series. But unfortunately, I don't know if the Heat's going to be immune to injury like everyone thinks they are. Bosh, Wade, and LeBron's great. One of them gets hurt. That could be the series in a postseason. Or what if somebody like Eddie House gets injured? What happens then? What if their bench starts falling apart? Their bench isn't all that great. So we'll see how long they last if they have to go 7 games against the Celtics. How's that going to do? On the flip side of it, we'll go on to the west side. The Lakers are trying to trade Bynum for Carmelo Anthony. I don't know what the Nuggets are thinking in this. The Nuggets are out of their mind if they think they're getting the good part of this deal. They're not. Bynum's a good player. Not going to take that away from him. Carmelo Anthony is phenomenal. If you give him to the Lakers, that's like putting a Heat team together. You put Carmelo and Kobe together, you got Gasol, but all you need now is Durant from the Oklahoma Thunder, and you're going to have a great team in the Lakers if they could pull that off. I mean, come on. Bynum for Carmelo Anthony? Carmelo Anthony is great. The only problem I can see in that is Kobe going to accept Carmelo and be able to play with him, or are they going to have issues on who's the better guy? Because Kobe's slowly falling down, but Carmelo Anthony is rising up, and he's going to be a great, great player. Plus, if Denver gives him to the Lakers, Denver can kiss their chances goodbye to ever making it to the finals. The Lakers will continuously make it year after year with Carmelo Anthony. Bad choice. Go to the NFL side. Michael Vick was at a meeting this past week in Dallas. He got the key to the city. I don't know why. I guess it's because he had a great story of him being able to come back and all that kind of stuff from what he did with the dog incident and everything. That's great. Good for him. I don't know why Dallas is giving him the key. It should be more like Philadelphia. That's the team he plays for. Philadelphia should be involved in that. I still don't understand why Dallas gave him the key to the city. But that's just the way it is. On the other side of it, as he was coming out, there's a guy named Richard Hunter who purchased one of Michael Vick's little puppy pit bulls from when Michael Vick was in the past with that incident. And he tried to ask a question from him, and I guess Michael Vick's security guard pushed him out of the way and told him to back the what off. I have no problem with this. If you're in the media, somebody's got bodyguards, you're going to try to get too close to them. The bodyguard's job is to keep that person away. Who knows who that person be? They could have media credentials, but, that person could be somebody who hates Michael Vick and is trying to get back at him. Regardless, Michael Vick still didn't decide to talk to him. I don't have a problem with this at all. The press and the media has a job to get information from players, from whoever. That's fine. Do your job. But I believe that's what press conferences are for. Get the player somewhere together with a bunch of you and ask questions. Richard Hunter shouldn't be trying to go one-on-one with Michael Vick with a phone camera and trying to get information out of him. I also heard that Richard Hunter is kind of a media grasper. He likes a lot of attention. I don't know if this is true, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's true. I know he's part of the media, but certain people do certain things and say certain things to get attention. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if this guy was like this. But hopefully he's not. Hopefully he's a good guy. Hopefully he's a great dog lover, like he seems like he is. And I still don't have any problem with Michael Vick not answering his questions. If he's got questions, get a conference with him, get a couple other media partners of his together, and do an interview. Ask questions in a conference with him next week in Philadelphia. Something like that. Shouldn't be too hard. Going back to the NBA, the Cavaliers on a 25-game losing streak. Terrible. They set the record for the NBA, overcoming their own streak. Back in the 90s, I believe, they committed a 24 or 23-game losing streak. The Cavaliers need something. Anything, just motivate them. I don't know why Jamison was kind of smiling when he shot that 3 at the end of the game, or he didn't get to take that 3 at the end of the game. You shouldn't be smiling when you're losing. You should try to keep your head up, but you shouldn't be smiling. This is tough for the Cavaliers. I don't know what it's going to take to get out of this slump. Hopefully they do coming up. I know they have Washington, who hasn't won on the road at all. They're 0-25. So we'll see if the Cavaliers can beat them. But they need something. Inspire each other. Yell at each other. Get pumped up before the game. Do what Drew Brees in New Orleans Saints does before a game. Get all pumped up. Do something. Go to a boot camp and get in condition. Anything for the Cavaliers to get back on track. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, go to them and give them a great speech before one of their games. I don't know, but I can only give advice. Now, we're going to go on to back to the NFL, back to Aaron Rodgers. Great quarterback right now. It's only been a few years. People are discussing him or Brett Favre, trying to make predictions. Right now, Brett Favre probably will always be the better quarterback. He's only got one Super Bowl ring, but he's got the most consecutive games started ever. He's got phenomenal passing yards, phenomenal touchdown records. He's got 504 or 505 touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers, I don't believe, will ever break that record. I don't even know if anybody will ever break that record. Time will tell with that one, especially if there's going to be 18 games in the season. Going to give quarterbacks a lot more chance to try and break those records. But Aaron Rodgers will not beat Brett Favre as in who's the better quarterback. It's not going to happen. And if it does, great. But right now, it's not. You don't even know what type of guy this guy is. We've only got 3-4 years with him. Couple